You're muted, Miss Dawn. Can't hear nothing. You can hear me on YouTube, just can't hear you. Or Chloe said that was probably your best speech ever. Can you hear me? See, I can hear me on YouTube. Mm, maybe unplug your mic, plug it back in. Yeah, Pappy D had a good point, Miss Dawn. Click on the arrow next to your mic and see which one of your mics it's on. If there's different ones listed, you could be on the wrong one. There's something.
Can you hear me?
There you are.
All right.
Woohoo! We can either see you and not hear you, or hear you and not see you. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Oh man. Okay, so that's cool. That's exactly what the deal was. So I don't know why that was shifted or anything, but thank you for the tip and it worked. And that is something that's new because they didn't used to have that there. I was probably going to end up doing the same thing because what I was going to do, that's why I took myself off camera. I was going to dig into settings and see where it had me there and I probably would have done. But now they have it right next to the microphone. So how
Yeah.
awesome is that? That's new.
Can you
Okay,
imagine
great.
that they use all this downtime to change everything?
Oh man, man, man. All right. Well, basically, I was saying the usual. I was talking about how Coach has trained us, and today was an amazing day, wasn't it, James? Nice
Oh
Q and
yes.
A.
Oh yes.
Yep. When you can't trade, train. That is the best thing to do, and we did that all day long. And it started with Coach, and he couldn't go live either. I don't think so. He
TikTok. That was it.
live TikTok.
Yeah.
So he trained us all day. People were able to ask him questions, and ask questions in the Zoom call once he left all day. So, that's what winners do, man. That's what winners do. So that's what we're going to talk about here on the aftermarket. Um, you know, did you have any extra questions that because I tell you what, I came across a couple of gems with Palm, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I,
Oh
I
yeah.
think I'm gonna watch them when we get off of here again.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I watched them a couple of times because I was, and don't ask me why. It was just one of those brain fart moments. But for the longest time, I've had a hard time understanding. Okay, well, look at the 5 day.
Right.
But the chart says 5 minutes.
And
I'm
then
looking at the
Maria,
5-day. I want to see the
Maria
5-day.
cleared
The
it
chart
up.
says 5 minutes.
Maria cleared it up for us though. Anytime you put it on the 5-day, it automatically populates into the 5-minute chart on the other side of the coin. And it was so funny because I know Richard always has me put on what is it, 1 month or something like that. And then he
One
has
year, 1 year, 1 day.
well, here's the thing. If you put it on 1 year, it automatically populates to 1 day. But sometimes he asks me to put it on like the 1 month,
Yeah.
and it automatically goes to like the 4 hour, right?
Yeah.
When you go to 1 month, and or not the 4 hour, it goes to, I think, 30 minutes. Wherever it goes to, it's not what he wants. And I'm like, Richard, when you ask me to put it on a month, it goes to that particular minute time. So I didn't know that it did that. I thought it was just me. But with that being said, today they apparently have settings in the minutes to correspond to the hours and weeks and months that you put over in range. So you can't change those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Like
yeah,
I
it's
said,
confusing.
of all the things to not understand, I don't know why
Because
that
guess
was
what?
one.
It's the main thing that you put over there is that you want it to be on a 5-day. So why would they show the 5 minute up there and not show 5 minute, 5-day, 5 minute? Just so
Well,
you know.
and that's actually something I. If you go by the minutes, then you see today's charts on the 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15
Mhm.
minute on today's charts. But if you go to the 5-day, it gives you the 5 minute, but over 5 days.
Mhm.
So it's like it adjusts the zoom on the chart. So each candle is 5 minutes, but you get the days without having to zoom and scroll out and do all that. After Maria explained the whole why 5 days is 5 minutes, it just, all fell into place. But
Yeah, yeah.
it was one of those things that I just, okay,
You
I'm
thought it
not,
was you.
I'm not going to ask. It is what it is. Roll with it.
Nah, man, you gotta ask, man, because it's like nobody wants to be, the one that asks to go ask that damn question, because when you if you have it, the rest of us have it. It's like nobody wants to be the one to ask the stupid question, right? But no question is stupid, right? I
Right?
don't care if it's what is a candlestick. Ask that shit, because you've got to figure out what you're doing. Don't be in here and not knowing what's happening, right? Don't feel like you're "Ooh, I feel like an idiot." No, everybody, we're learning stock trading. That is not an easy thing. There's terminology, there's strategies, there's all kinds of things that are involved in it. And if you've never done it before, yeah, no, you're not looking stupid. Ask it. Ask it. Um, all right, let me go ahead and share my slides here real quick.
Yeah, Christina's still having an issue. She can see everything but can't hear nothing. Threatening to throw her phone away. Which, we told her that a long time ago, but yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me this time, Christine. I don't know what's happening on your end, honey. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, because I got it all fixed up on this end. I got the right mic and all that. So I don't know, baby girl. I don't know, Cotton. Okay, so
I
when
think the 1 day is divided into the 1 hour, isn't it? Or is that where you get the different 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
When you
Okay.
go on 1 day, yeah, that's where you go through the minutes. You can go
Okay.
through pretty much anything on the 1 day. Half hour, 4 hour, 15 minute. But then when you start moving it to 5 day, that's when it gets sketchy. That's when they start telling you what minute you're on. All right, so the aftermarket tonight is when the market won't cooperate, and today it most certainly did not. And it wasn't necessarily the market. That's kind of not fair, because it was systems crashing worldwide, or at least countrywide. Things are going on. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But you know, everywhere had issues. You know, I talked to some family that had issues, and you know, my wife where she works had issues, and it's kind of a global thing that's happening. So,
Yeah, my
um,
wife did too.
yeah,
That's why I had to take off for a little bit and go help her because she couldn't get nothing, and she's trying to do her paralegal digital certificate or something. And
yep.
you know,
So it's a pain when the infrastructure goes down. So, you know, everybody had issues that they were dealing with. Even Restream here was giving coach issues earlier. So I saw Mark was live, so I figured I would go ahead. I was going to go to that meeting, but I'm like, let me at least attempt to see if I can go live, and because if Mark went live, maybe I can go live, and it worked. So maybe we'll have coach tomorrow. But today was different, right? Today was different. Platforms were down, trading halted. It's frustrating, right?
yeah,
So
that was pretty much my day. I mean, early this morning, I made a plan. I tried to execute the plan. Plan went sideways. Throw out the plan. Make a new plan.
make a new plan, Stan. You don't need to be coy, Roy. Wow. So here's what happened. We couldn't trade, so we trained instead. And coach is always telling us now, this he usually equates to when it's just you personally, like you had a red day, you had a red day, and you know you basically don't want to you know, you don't want to force yourself to try to trade. You don't really want to paper trade sometimes. And today he was even paper trading was down if you wanted to do it. But he was saying, listen, don't worry about trading. This is the times when you need to kick back, watch some training videos, ask some questions, right? That's what winners do. Athletes, when they can't compete, they train, right? So that's what we do as traders, or as traders that want to be successful anyway, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Poor
right.
Bruno. I think he was getting a little frustrated this
Who?
morning. Bruno.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor Bruno. Poor Bruno. Bruno, you know, he has so much to do on the back end. And when things don't go right, that's just more work for him, you know, and Arlo and Miranda, because they help him a lot, you know.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but
But we've been talking about more interaction for a long time though.
yeah. Yeah, you definitely have stepped up to the plate with that. You know what I mean? And we've got more people in here that are beginning to do that. So that helps. You know, that's always a good thing. The more the better, you know, because I mean, coach can't do it all. And, you know, the handful of mods that are consistently there can't do it all either. You know, we get spread thin too. So, you know, the more people that step up like you and you know, Johan and you know, all those guys that speak up and you know, answer questions for people, like, you know, today earlier when Brock, I mean, what was it, Brock that had the question?
I think it was. Yeah.
And
About the
Yep, Troy came in there and kicked in, and you know, that just that helps, you know. So that is
yeah, about
amazing.
the call options and executing the call options. Yeah, yeah, that got pretty deep. I'm not
I
gonna
was
lie,
like,
that got pretty deep.
what is it you want? What is it you want? Nah, I'm only kidding, Brock. But I was like, you know, my answer, because I can tell you right now, and if Brock's listening, you know, this isn't a swing or anything, but coach would have shut you down right away and would have been like, what is the only way that we are to be purchasing shares in here? I can tell you right now, that's what coach would have shut all that down. And he would have been like, the only way you should be purchasing shares is through what? And he would have waited until somebody came in there with cash secured puts, you
Well,
know.
and I think that gets a little confusing to me.
Hmm.
Okay, well, think back to when I started. That was confusing to me.
Hmm.
So if you love a company, you know everything about the company, you want to, how we say, marry the company,
Mm-hmm.
So you want to get shares for long term and start
Mm-hmm.
doing the wheel, then yes, cash secured puts. But if you're just gonna, make a few bucks today, buy low, sell high.
Yeah. And that's the game, period, all the way around,
Right,
right?
right, right. But I mean, like, if I was looking to make $5 on, let's say, TSLL,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to play it today. I don't want to do the wheel strategy. I don't want to hold it forever. Then I'm just looking at buying shares right now, where it's at $9, and then selling it when it gets to $10.
Troy made a good point. He said you can still do the cash secure put. You don't necessarily do it how Richard did it, right? You do it how Richard did it and does it on a daily basis. But Richard got open without intending to own open. So
Right,
he waited as it dropped. Brock, if he wants to buy him now, he can still do a cash secure put. He just needs to do one closer to the money instead of not too far out. That way he doesn't have to wait to get picked up. Do something that go look at your chart, see where the lows are, see where the previous day low is, see where those support levels are that it's most likely going to hit, probability wise, and stick your order down there for a cash secured put. It shouldn't be too far from where it's actually trading at. So once it hits that dip, bam, you own those shares at a lower price, and then you can go from there. And on top of that, you're getting paid to do that. Why wouldn't you do it that way?
right. Well, and in Richard's case with Open, he's been watching Open for a while. He's studied Open. He knows who Open is. He's done all his research on that. He wasn't
Mm-hmm.
expecting to get the shares, but he was going to keep collecting that premium. And if he did,
Then,
he's
oh
happy
well,
about
he's
it
glad.
because he knows what he's investing in.
Right. He was doing it for premium gain only. And if he ended up with them, oh well, he picked a company that he loved. Okay, I own Open. And now I own it at $7. Whoop-de-doo. Right? Because we know Open gets upwards of 850, 900. And we know he owns minimum 100 shares of it because you got to have at least that much. You got to at least have that much to cover it. So he'll be sitting pretty here in a little bit when it starts going back up, which at some point it probably will,
Right.
right?
Well,
But
to
yeah.
take my point even further, when day one, yeah, okay, so I'm looking to buy SINT.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do I buy that? Do I do a cash secure put to get the shares and wait for it to go up? And what? Well, that's a hot
Well,
stop pick. So
yeah. And here's the thing, if you're day trading it and you want to do it stock wise, it's the same thing you did with TSLL. You know what I'm saying? Then
right,
just buy the damn shares. You know what I mean? And day trade them,
right,
right? But if you want to get them at any type of discount, which is where it sounded like, I don't know. I think my confusion came in with Brock was, is he trying to get him at the lowest price he can get him, or he just wants him now? And I think maybe it boiled down to he just wants him now, which
right,
Troy said, yeah, you can still do a cash secure put, but just don't do it out of the money. Do it
right,
more in the money where it will most likely pick you up relatively quickly, like today, like within an hour. You know what I mean? If it drops.
right.
In
Yeah.
which case
So
you
that's
still get
that's
it lower.
that's like wanting Tesla at 325 when it's at 335. You do your cash secure put at 320, and
Go look at
maybe you
that
get,
ATR. See what
yeah,
that ATR tells you,
right,
and go from there. If it tells you it drops $2 in a day, maybe go down $2 on your strike price on your cash secure put. You know
right.
what I mean? And
Well,
then
and the other caveat to that is with cash secure put cover calls, you have to have the account size to
mhm,
buy 100
to
shares.
cover it.
Right. So, if you're working with $100 or $200 account, well, you're not buying 100 shares of TSLL at 20
Yeah,
bucks.
they
So,
don't do leverage with that.
no, no.
We're just gonna pretend you have $1,000 in your account. It's like, no, you got to have it sitting there so that in the event that strike price comes to fruition that you chose on that cash secured put, you need to be able to cover it because they're going to assign them to you. So
Yeah.
if you don't have, you're not getting the shares just by having the money. They're not giving them to you. But if that thing drops to where you put, then yeah, you need to be able to cover it. And they're not going to make the deal with you unless that's in there first. So there is no, oh shit, you hit the strike price. Where's the money? You got the money, you got to put it in. No, they're going to make sure you have that, lock it down, and then you can play all you want in and out. And you can, if they expire, you get your money back plus the premium you collected, right?
Right.
So it's cool. They don't lock it up forever. Once that thing expires at the end of the week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks out, wherever you got it, you get your money back. Contract is null and void. It expired. You get your money back. So you get your money back plus the premium you collected. If though it does go to your strike price or lower, they take that money and apply it to those shares. And now you own the shares in place of the money, which is cool because then you can then turn around and sell them or sell cover calls on them or sell the shares outright when it goes up. It's
Which
up to you.
you also get an additional discount because,
The
like
premium.
Richard was saying, if you paid $7 for it and they give
Right.
you, $100 in premium, well, then you actually paid $6 for it, not seven.
Actually, that's exactly right. Whatever you paid in premium is subtracted from what your cost is. So
Right.
you actually get it lower. Yeah. Yep.
But see, it's stuff like that I got to thinking
Well,
about
I'm like, you
today.
understand it then, James. You sound like you get
Well,
it.
no, but bear with me. It's just something I got to thinking about today,
Hmm.
and how we were talking about no stupid questions, more trying to get more interaction. So I got to thinking about back when I first started, and what were some of the questions I had
Yeah.
that I was afraid to ask when I first started, because I didn't want to speak up, or I didn't want to interrupt people, or I just didn't,
Yeah.
scared to ask, whatever the case was. So I've been thinking about that a lot today, and
Yeah.
trying to make some notes and some mental notes on what those questions were. That maybe if I go back and start asking those, it may be something that's been repeated a million times. But we've had a lot of new people come on it. I'm hearing some speak up, but not
Yeah.
as many as have been
Hmm.
added to the group. So
I tell you what though, I like that strategy for you because you have a little bit of a larger account sitting elsewhere that you could probably play around with that because I know you're doing the yield. So it's like if you could learn that strategy, I think, man, I think you would blow up with that. I really do. I
yeah,
think if you could get
I
that
haven't even
down.
applied for options on that account. They keep popping me with emails and wanting,
Yeah.
you can do an options contract and that. I want to wait.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
that
because
account,
with that it's a lot less risk.
well, when that account gets to a certain size,
Hmm.
yeah, then I'll start thinking about that.
Yeah, it's a lot less risk because you're the casino then, not the gambler. You know what I
Right.
mean? So the only reason I don't do it because I would probably be doing mostly that if I had the account size where I owned a bunch of shares. You know what I mean? So or if I owned shares and stuff, then But I'm working my way there. I like that strategy. Who came on with us? Oh, they're gone. Whoever it was, somebody came on.
I think it was Christina.
Let's see. I think. Yep. Let me try again.
She's having issues with that phone.
Hey, you there?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
There
Yeah,
she
we
is.
can. Yep.
Here I
Hey.
am. My phone blows. I had to switch phones. I have to use
At
one that
least you
doesn't
got
have
a phone.
service and get on the hotspot. It's a mess. I don't know. Hi guys.
Driving
Hey, what's going
again.
on?
I'm sitting in a parking lot. I'm not driving. I'm being safe, James. I'm safe.
Oh, I was just gonna tell all the little kids on bicycles to watch out.
They better. Speed bumps.
I know. Oh man.
When I hit one, I'm like, damn kids. I used to do that
He's
when I
one of
drove
those. Look,
Uber.
I love kids. Well, okay, let me
I do too,
specify. I love my kids.
right?
Kids on bikes, aka speed bumps.
Yeah, yeah. When I
Oh
drove
man.
Uber, we if I hit a bump, I'd go, oh, "Damn kids!" People would be like, "What? Just kidding,
What
just
is up?
kidding."
How you doing?
I'm sitting in front of a bank, a new bank. I've got to go in and open another account, a new account, because I got shut down again by another bank. So
Well, at least they gave you your money, right?
yeah, they did.
Good.
Yeah, yeah, they didn't want to mess with me today. I went in there and I
Yeah.
was like, "I'm here. I'm not on the phone. I'm here." So they they cut me a check real fast. Get her the hell out of here. No.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to
No, it
keep
wasn't
your
bad. The
job.
manager, they're super nice. They had no idea why. They couldn't even tell me why. He was super nice to me. But yeah. So
I tell you what, man, it's a sticky business. That banking is a sticky business.
yeah. Well,
Have you looked at any
and
credit
when we
unions?
do when no, it's just a regular bank, but when we do a lot of trade like back and forth, they don't like that. With the with investment accounts or with brokerage firms to the bank, they don't like a lot of ins and outs because it can look like that thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what are you gonna do? But that's why a lot of people have different types of accounts that they use for that. Because
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open a regular account at Chase, and then I'm gonna I have a Fidelity account, but I can't use that one right now. So I'll open like Schwab or I don't know, something else. Or actually E-Trade has a checking account too, I saw. So I don't know.
oh, that's pretty
Something.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that because I think they were one of the ones doing. I was looking up all the banks that do bonuses, sign up bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
So, and E Trade had something. I don't remember what it was, but they have a checking account. I did not know that.
Well,
Sweet.
not financial investment or tax advice, but
No,
I would look into a credit union.
I was thinking about that too, but I don't know. Sometimes when you're trying to link your account with your brokerage firm or whatever, um, the bank, it depends. Like if the bank is a big bank or if it's a little, I didn't want something that it's going to be a hard, because sometimes, especially with Weeble, it's hard to link your debit card or whatever. Sometimes I finally got mine all set, and then now the account's closed. So we
Like I
got to
said,
start over.
I've got a credit union. I didn't have
Yeah.
any issues with mine.
Oh,
Anything I did have an issue with, I just went in and told them, look, this is what I do. This is what can happen.
yeah.
What
They're more understanding. That's what
what's the
Gemini
process?
said because I asked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have a higher interest rate, whatever that they give you, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's more personable, I guess, too, because it's small town. Like you go in the branch and it's smaller. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking
Now
about that.
that is the drawback. They, they
Oh,
close at like 5 o'clock, and they are only open Monday through Friday.
well, that's what these are. Even the regular banks. Well, they're open Saturday morning, but I'm not making it there on a Saturday morning anyhow, so I don't care. I'm not making it anywhere on a Saturday morning unless I'm still up from Thursday or Friday. Then I'll be somewhere. But yeah, Thursday
Yep.
or Friday. I said it.
So did you do what we did today? Just basically chilled and got your learn on? What'd you do?
Yeah, well, I couldn't. I had to leave. I had to go. I wanted to be at my bank, my old bank, by 9 a.m. And of course, I was late. But I had to go there, and then I had to go way up north, and I just got back down here, so I haven't even gotten to open a new account yet. But I had to leave. So I I
Yeah.
listened for a little while, and then I listened in the background while I was getting ready, and then I left, and I got cut off. So yeah, but I didn't
Yeah.
trade. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
great. Well, we
I tried.
couldn't. Nobody could.
Trade of Eight was running good. I was on there because I've been learning that one,
Hmm.
and it was looking good. So, but
Huh.
yeah, it was running fine. Weeble though, no, not at all. It would
Webull,
freeze.
Robin Hood, all
Oh
of them
yeah,
were jacked up. Yeah.
what happened? What are we having a
I've been
cyber
watching
attacks?
TradingView all day, and Weeble won't load Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Weeble's probably overloaded. Their system's probably way overloaded too with tons of people, more so than the other ones maybe. I don't know because it's real popular, but
I don't know, but we can't use buzzwords on here, but we think, whatever's going on, you know what I'm saying, ain't right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because too many systems were,
Cue my
too many
music,
systems were,
right?
Oh no, the conspiracies were brought up.
I'm thinking,
They
yeah.
were discussed.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
But the
telling
funny
you.
thing is, Jen has been saying that for the past few years, that she thinks that if we were to be compromised, that would be how it would be done. And
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
first. Yeah. That's a
like
test.
the thing you were talking about,
That's a test.
very weird day, very weird day.
Mm-hmm. Oh
But
yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All we can do is keep moving forward, right? But what we did today was
Yep.
we studied support and resistance. We watched training videos. We learned from coach and other
Nice.
moderators. We helped teach each other, and we sharpened our skills. That's what you
Very
do
nice.
when you can't trade.
Train.
Take
Just
time.
train. Yep. Nice. Right
Ignored
on.
Bruno a little bit.
Oh yeah.
What'd you say?
Annoyed Bruno. That's not hard. Give me a second and I can do it.
Right. So here's the
Half a
truth.
second.
The lesson is we can't control the market or tech issues, right? But you can control how you use the time. And that's the thing that, we got to remember with this. Sometimes stuff happens and we just got to move forward and do what we can do. And that is train and get better.
Yeah.
Two types of trades, right? Number one, uh, two types of traders. One complains and wastes the day and just sits there and bitches and moans, and we've all had them in the group, right? And two are the type that trains and gets better. And I
Well,
like to think
we've
that
all had those days too.
yeah, we've had them, but I like to think that we've evolved into traders that have learned how to train and get better and focus on that instead of the negative, right?
I was watching a video and I can't remember his name, but that's the difference between the gambler and the
Mm-hmm.
professional. Is
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when you can step back and not have to trade all the time and take that time, not trade and train, learn more, wait for your setup, look at what the market's doing rather than just jumping in for that quick fix.
Right.
So, yep,
Yep.
which we
Because
all used to do.
I know it's like chomping at the bit. I got to admit, man, I was chomping at the bit. I wanted to at least get one contract. I didn't have much
Yeah.
money to be able to trade with, but I'm like, I want to do something.
Yeah, let me
But
just
it's
do
like,
something
hey,
little. Let me just click a little, little clickety
something,
click.
right?
Little
But
clickety
there
click.
was nada.
Yeah.
And I love the way Coach took control of that because he's like, yeah, no, nobody touched nothing,
Yep.
because people could have lost their shirts today if they had gotten in,
Oh
right?
yeah, you get stuck in that trade on Weeble. You'd be stuck. It
You
just
can get
freezes
in,
and
but you
you can't
can't
do
get out.
anything.
It's like Hotel
Yep,
California,
that's right.
right?
Yep,
So
absolutely.
you don't want to
Oh
be
yeah.
doing that,
Even the paper trading couldn't even do that. So, you
right?
know,
Anytime paper trading's down, something's wrong.
right. That would be a good lesson to do a paper trade, take the trade and then be stuck in it. And then when you finally back in, you see how much you lost. And then, oh, that's what I could have lost, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And that's something else that Coach said that it kind of struck me today that like my plan was the 2-minute EWO and Apple today, and I've been doing one or two contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So my first thought was, okay, I'm going to do 3. And then if I get a good pop, I'm going to sell 2 and I'm just going to let that one run. And yeah, today would have been an amazing day for that. But reality, if I'm being completely honest with myself, I wouldn't have sat in that all day.
Right.
We know.
When I got a certain percentage of profit, I would have sold it. I mean, that's the hard reality of it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I think that's a major step. And yeah, Don, you've said it before too. Stop lying to yourself.
Yeah. That's good to hear too, because that means that the scalper mindset that you need to not lose
Control.
or not let a yeah, you got that control kicking in there. Whereas
Yeah.
maybe once you might have sat in it, now it's nope, take the green. You know, take the green, because that's the only way you're going to see a profit. You don't see a profit or realize a profit until you sell it.
Right.
So
Exactly.
if you wait to sell it
Yep.
when it's in the red, every time, which is what,
Every
you can
damn
get caught
time.
up. You can get caught up in that, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So the champion mindset, right? When you
Yep.
can't trade, study, and when you can train, execute. That's all we can do, gang. That is all
Hey,
we
I
can
got a
do.
question. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of it last night. Um, I couldn't think of the words that Palm used to say when opportunity meets. What? I can't remember that whole thing. What is it?
When
Luck
preparation meets
means
opportunity,
opportunity. That's luck.
that's the
Wait,
definition
wait.
of
When
luck.
what meets opportunity?
All right. So
Oh,
Luck
definition of
preparation.
luck.
is
Preparation meets opportunity. Okay, that's
Yeah.
luck.
luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Okay,
Correct.
I thought it was something else, not luck. I thought it. I couldn't.
Nope.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he defines luck.
Preparation meets opportunity. Yeah, you're lucky because they coming up at the same time. Okay, gotcha. I couldn't. I
Yeah,
was trying to
because
think of it last
when you
night and I
think
couldn't think
about
of
it,
the words.
a lot of people are like, "Oh man, he's got to be lucky." As no, he's not lucky. He's
He's
prepared,
prepared.
and he
Yep,
knows what
he's waiting for that
opportunities.
opportunity.
He
Yep,
knows what they look like when he sees them, and he
right.
hammers them. You
Yep,
know,
exactly. Yep.
downtime
Preparedness.
equals. Yep.
Preparedness is a huge. That's huge. Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing, downtime equals training time. Every minute that you invest in learning pays dividends when the market opens, right? So,
Right.
why do we think Palm got like that? Why do we think F2 got like that? Why do we think Mark got like that? And a lot of the guys that succeed, David, because they put a lot of downtime into studying,
They took
right?
their time.
Yeah,
They
a
didn't
lot
jump
of their
into it. They didn't
downtime.
just jump in willy nilly and rush.
I mean, look how
Right.
many hours David spent back testing stuff, right?
Right.
A lot of
Yeah.
downtime. All of the Eric Smoto's another one. He dug
hmm
in
He
deep. A
charted every
lot of
night.
downtime.
He did
Yep,
major charting every night. Yep.
every night. And look how it's paid. Mark spent
hmm
nights. He was talking about when he first started trading futures, right? I
Yep.
mean, come on, it's the same thing. Put the time in. Put the time in.
Yeah. It's
That's
not
why
going to
we're
just
here
come to
now.
you. It's not going to
That's
just be
right.
given to you. It might be once or twice and you'd be lucky, but it's not going to. It's not going to stay.
Not
You've
gonna be
got to.
consistent.
Yeah. Exactly. You have
Yeah,
to. You have to work at it. You have to go for it like you want it. You have to really go. If you want something, you got to go get it yourself. No one's going to just
that's
give it to
it.
you.
Go
Yep.
get
Get it.
it.
Get
All
it.
right,
Get
so
it.
It's your
I got
turn.
enough issues on my left side. A right leg. If I break that, that's what 2-3 days in the hospital.
Don't
Maybe
do it, James.
maybe throw it.
Just pretend.
Well, if you
Pretend
ain't got
it's that
nothing else
way.
to do but lay in a
Put
bed
a
and
wrap
play with the
around it and say,
laptop,
"Ooh, I hurt myself."
because
Yeah.
that's being over 40.
Right?
I don't even want to hear about the number 40. Come on now. I don't even remember that number. I don't even remember it.
So tomorrow's challenge, gang, that I want you guys to do is spend 30 minutes studying something new. Something new. Don't wait for downtime. Take that time. Like we had it today, we didn't have a choice. Well, it's the same thing, and you have the control to not give yourself a way out. Schedule some time. It's like, okay, when coach leaves and I'm out of my trades from 12 to 12:30, I am going to put that into some study time, or 12 to 1 o'clock, or 12 to 2, whatever you want to
That
do.
slow time in the market, that lunch time, that slow,
That's
that's a good time.
perfect time to do it,
Yep.
right? A lot of times, if you're a gold member, if you're a VIP member, you can come into a gold room on a Tuesday or a Thursday and get some extra learning on, right? If you're not attending those and you need some extra training, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you have that membership, right? So get that extra time in there.
Yep.
JC says I need to be taught how to study better. Okay, this would be my question, JC. What do you do now that you're good at? How did you learn how to do it? Apply that same facade, that same method to studying for this. I started doing a lot better. I don't like to read. I hate to read.
I do too.
Well, my
It's hard
problem
to
is
see.
I've always been a speed reader, so my mind makes up a lot of the blanks. May not be the most
You're a
accurate
storyteller.
thing. Yeah. So Audible. Oh man, that was a game changer for me. I can put in my earbud and put on the book. Go out there, mow the yard.
You can find a lot of good audiobooks on YouTube too, absolutely free.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just
Well,
scan
I'm
through.
just saying, just an example. Instead of sitting reading a book, I couldn't like that 14 candle pattern book.
Yeah.
Okay, I read through that whole thing 3 times before I realized that in the book he's talking about swing trading. 3 times.
I have it, and I've flipped through it and looked at the pictures. I haven't read it because I just
But
squirrel. My mind
he
goes.
is. He's talking about it, but he's also giving you what those candle patterns are.
Well,
And
Right.
I took from it that it's like, okay, these are
yeah,
what this
And they're
means.
the
When I
same
see
patterns,
this,
whether you're day trading, swing trading, or scout.
that
It's the same pattern. So,
right,
that's
right.
what's likely to happen in that chart pattern right now. If I
A
see this
chart
kid,
is a chart is a chart.
right.
yeah.
Which I got that, but it
Mhm.
wasn't until the third time that it dawned on me that he's specifically talking about swing trading. I don't do good reading.
I didn't even know there was a
It's all
story in there.
good.
I didn't read it. I can't
Yeah.
read it.
So
Yeah.
audiobooks.
It's all good. It
Just
is
like
all good.
the other book. See, I can't even think of the name of it now.
Trading in the zone,
Yes, Trading in the Zone.
millionaire
That's it.
mindset. One of those. Yeah,
It,
trading in the
it, it-
zone.
read through that book, and the only thing I could remember by the end of it was something about being afraid of a dog.
The little girl and the father.
I don't know. There was afraid of the dogs, and they were afraid of the dog for no reason because one dog bit her one time.
Yeah, well,
So the
her
next dog
father
they was afraid
was.
of for no reason. So
What are
Well,
you
that's the
thinking
thing.
about when you're reading?
Her father
You're
was
reading
afraid
words,
of the
but you're
dog.
thinking something else.
So her father was afraid of the dog, and he thought that the little girl should be afraid of the dog too, because he bit when he was a kid, and he couldn't figure out why his daughter wasn't afraid of the dog. Well,
that's right.
have that history like you did, right? You got bit and you couldn't get over it, but his daughter didn't have that fear, and he couldn't understand why his daughter wasn't afraid of dogs bite. No, dogs don't necessarily bite. One bit you one time. So that is jacked your mind up to now you're scared of dogs as a whole. And a lot of traders get into that, right? If they
Yes.
continue to, they can get in a spiral, and then they're scared to trade, or they're
Or
scared
they
to,
have even one good loss. Just one good loss can do it to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But see
And
now,
Got to
though,
jump
it
back
you
on
guts you
that
sitting
out.
there
horse.
talking about it, now I remember it.
Uh-huh.
But to sit and read
Names
it,
are in my brain. That's how my brain is.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I
Do
remember
your own
that. That
research.
was that was a good story. Do your own research, people.
Do your own
But no, you
research.
gotta, it comes back to that mind control. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna let one trade stop you from being successful forever? You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Right.
cut those experiences off, journal them, put them in there, take what you're supposed to take from them, and move on. Because
Back
there's
on
no
the
way you're gonna
horse.
succeed if you can't. Right? If you can't,
Yep.
look, seriously,
Yeah. Don't be scared.
yeah, you can't be scared. Don't be scared. If you're scared,
Right.
say you're
Don't be
scared.
scared.
Skateboarders. You know how many
Oh.
skateboarders, how many times they break arms, legs, knees, but they get
Oh.
back. There's no way Ryan Sheckler learned how to ollie or jump off a damn building. If you watch a lot of his earlier stuff, that kid would jump off of buildings, right? And
Man.
land it, right?
Nicholas's best friends that he grew up with, they all skated, and one of them went professional, and
Yeah,
the other one he should go professional. But I've watched videos of him, and oh, it hurts. Like I'm like, oh my god, and he's still doing. He
just
has
to
broken
look
every
at
bone,
it,
and he just keeps going. Yeah,
it hurts you just. but that's
Yeah,
how.
just watching it, it's like, oh God, that's so bad. Yeah.
But when you watch him do the tricks and land the tricks and do the tricks well,
Yeah.
it took all of that getting beat up to get to that level,
That's
and
right.
that's
There's
what
no
that's what
no
trading
fame
takes.
without, yeah, like no there's no, what is it?
There's no reward
That
without the risk.
yeah, right. That
Basically,
too. That's what I was thinking. Like there's no, fuck, I can't think of the
Glory
freaking
without
word.
you
pain.
gotta risk it to get
Yeah.
the biscuit, right?
Yeah.
You gotta risk that ass.
There
No
you go.
pain,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
gain.
Yeah.
No,
And I
The
can tell you for young men like you're talking about, chick stick
no
stars.
success without failure. There it is.
yeah, yep.
I couldn't think
Yep,
the words.
you
No
got it.
success without failure. You have to have it
Thomas
because that's how
Edison.
you keep. You got to keep going. You got to.
He
That's where you
failed at
learn.
the light 10 million times before he got it right. Hey, that
Yeah.
rhyme. He failed at the light 10 million times before he got it right.
Don't be a
But
poet.
that's, yeah. Well, if I'm
You
a
might
poet,
know
I
it.
don't know it.
You might know it. You might know
But
it.
that's what we're trying to tell you, gang. So don't get twisted by the losses. Don't let down days in the market curb you. You don't have to trade every day. Take those times. Also build your mental muscle, right? Not just your technical muscle. Use days
The
like today
mental.
to practice patience, right? Do something that
Yep.
requires you to build your patience muscle because you need that in trading. I mean, it's just like
Yep.
wax on, wax off. He's
Oh
painting a
yeah.
freaking fence. What am I learning doing this? Oh, I'll show you what you're learning. Then he goes and swings at him, and he just does wax on, wax. Oh, damn! I've been learning that the whole time. Yeah, you have.
See,
So
I
you
thought it
don't
was all
need to.
about
Yep.
paint coverage.
Yeah, you don't need to practice trading to get good at trading. You can practice something else to get good at patience, and then apply it to trading.
Right.
Right?
You're gonna have losses. That's just part of it. That's part of the game. There's gonna be losses, and that's it. You just have to learn how to deal with them, and
Yep.
cut
Losses
them,
are
cut
part
them
of it.
quick. Deal with them and move on. That's it.
See, that's a pretty good start. His next JC says, "What are people exactly doing when they chart? Like when you guys are called chart or charting?" So, and Orclo replied, "Previous day high, low, pre-market high, low for
Is
the market
Weeble
open
working?
charts." So that is a good place to start. Those are the
Those are the main ones that you need, and then you
yeah.
move on to all your levels and what's, where's it stopped at and all that. That was a hard concept, huh, Don? At first, you and I, we were like, well, we didn't know what it was, and we were just trading. And
Yeah,
then when we
we didn't.
learned, we were like, I can't do it without it now.
Yeah, how do we do it without it? It's like,
I don't
I
know.
would never not have
I
lines on
can't
my
now.
chart now.
Yeah, I can't trade because then you go and you get in and then you do your lines and you realize, oh shit, I'm not resisting. Like, whoops. That's how people
It's
get in
almost
high and
like
sell low.
it's almost like you don't want them there because once they're there, you have to honor them. Well,
Exactly, you
yeah,
have
the
to.
stocks honor them. You know what I
Yeah, you
mean?
you have to. It's like they when you put them there. After that, it's like they belong there. It's like that's because that's where and it's amazing how your lines work, and they just belong there. And you'll watch it and you're like, yep, see, bounce, bounce. It does it, and it's like,
I have
wow.
to go back and clean up my IWM charts. I eliminated all of my lines today. This is why it looks
Oh,
empty. And today, this is today, right? So I went
yeah.
in and I charted today. So now I've got, what happened over the past few days here. This is a 4 hour, right? So I got what happened today. Now I got to go back in and I'm going to take palms if I'm going to use the 5 day and the 30 day and use that to create my levels. But you're basically creating a roadmap where you see those stopping points, top, that's resistance. The stopping points at the bottom, right? That is your support. That's your floor. Richard calls them ceilings and floors. See where this stopped here twice? Well, chances are, say this goes up to here tomorrow and it starts way back down. Where do you think it's most likely going to stop? It's not a guarantee, but most likely it's going to stop right here, right? So you might want to do what these people did and maybe get out a little bit early, right? If you know it's coming down there, that's what this does. It helps you figure out where the stock most likely is going to go and be able to trade accordingly.
Helps you with
Well,
your
and that's
entry.
what
Helps you with your exit.
I think, and I could be wrong, JC, you can correct me. I think that may be what he's trying to get at is, is there a wrong way or a right way to chart? Is there a difference? That
I don't think,
that was a question I had at the beginning. Am I charting the right way? Am I marking the right points?
I used to think that, like, am I putting too many lines in because I'm just putting it at every level I see, but no, you know,
you know
you just
what,
you get used to it.
you use the time frames for that. That's
Right.
why
Yeah.
Palm does day 30 day. That's why Richard does his 1 year 1 day. That's why the majority of us use 4 hour and then like maybe
Hmm.
go on those higher time frames, right? If I could tell you anything, and look where you see those points of the most resistance and the points of the most support.
Yeah.
Anytime you hit a particular area more than say 2, 3, 4 times, that is a solid line area that should go there. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a gold area, but that's a solid area. David, he makes his lines different thicknesses, and the thicker it
Hmm.
gets, a different
The
color,
stronger it is.
that's the stronger it is,
Hmm.
right? So if you see something like right here, we'll take this for example, right here. Look at this area right here on IWM. Look at that. Went below it, but bounced right back up to it. Hit it here again. Hit it
So
here
the key
again.
is to
Hit it
zoom
here
out.
again.
That's the
Hit
key, is zooming out so you can see the whole thing. You can look at it. You
this
know.
actually, I'm going to make this a gold line because look how many times it's hitting this area,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
This is something that you need to be mindful of. When it gets to this area, it's going to bounce,
Hmm.
right? If it comes up to it, chances are it's going to use it for resistance. It's going to have a hard time. Apparently, it has an issue with this particular area. So then you would go in and create a whole, you would make that thicker, and you would probably make that a gold line because of how many times. Look, this, it hit here what? Maybe once. I don't see it right there any other time here. Yeah, see? Look at that. So this one just gets maybe a thin white line, right? Because it hit it, and you want to be aware of it because, it could legit hit it again. But
Hmm.
if it doesn't hit it like one of these areas where you see it constantly tapping, then I've come to a point where I'm getting to a point where I don't even want to put all those lines on my chart. I'm going with previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low. And if I see something like this, that those areas, the highly high traffic areas, that's it. And then you can
Yep.
always filter in more lines from there, but keep it simple, stupid. Don't overcut. Like, honestly, my chart no longer really looks like this. I no longer have the 9 and the 55 and the 55 on my chart when I'm looking at my chart by myself. It
You know what
takes
helped
away
me
so much
understand it
noise.
was when they talked about, picture it as you're banging on a wall. The more you bang on it, the weaker it's going to get, and it's going to bust through. So
Yeah.
a couple times it's going to come back, 3 times maybe, but then after 2 or 3 times, you want to start watching it if it does go through, because that it's weaker now. That's what I don't know who, I think it was Coach talked
Okay,
about
so
it.
here's the thing. It's the probabilities though, because
Right?
what you don't want to try to do is guess bottom. And if you
No.
keep on, it hits it, right? But every time it hits it, what does it do? It bounces, doesn't
Bounces.
it?
Hmm. But the more times that happens, when you get up to 4 and 5 times, the more chance it has to bust through it.
Which is why you wait.
That you
Don't
wait for
get
the
in
break
it.
and hold.
Yep.
Yep.
You
You wait for
get
that
what,
hold
like,
candle.
say you're in it and you're in a put and you're coming down here. Well, right about here, when it hits that 200, Dawn's getting out. I'm not waiting for it to bounce off the 200. I'm not
Right.
waiting for it to bounce off this gold area. I'm going to go ahead and take my green somewhere in here. Then I'm going
Right.
to sit patiently and see what it does with these two
Hmm.
lines.
And there's your
And they are
setups, your
close.
good trade setups.
Close. So I'm not getting in anything until it breaks in holes under here. You feel me? Because
Yep.
bounce off of this one. If it makes it through here, look how many times it couldn't get past this area. So I'm not getting in here either because I'm
Mm-mm.
just for failure if I think it's going to continue down from here when every time it gets there, it bounces.
Hmm.
So I'm not getting in anything in this area until it breaks and then gives me another hold confirmation under this.
Yep.
Use those lines.
Yep.
All
Don,
right.
you're so smart.
I was just looking at Oracle was talking about the Gandol camo retracement.
Oh
This
yeah.
is an awesome concept as well.
50%.
There's so many nuances to this thing, isn't there? There's the control
Yeah.
candle. There's the 50% retracement. There's the 5 to 7 candle rule. There's the break and hold. There's the double tops. There's the double bottoms. But the cool thing about it is, just like when we all learn multiplication tables, you probably don't know how much stuff you have crammed in your head, right? But you can do that with trading. You can get to know. I just rattled off 6 or 7 things that 3 years ago you could have said any one of those things to me and I wouldn't know what the hell you were talking about. But now, because we've put screen time and we can look at these charts and know different things to look for and spot them when we recognize them. You don't have to think about them all at one time. Hell, you can't do that anyway.
It
It's
just comes
scientifically
natural.
proven.
It's like
Right.
brain, what do you call it? When it comes natural,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do.
You
Scientific.
know what I'm saying.
Well, and there's some things that your mechanics have got to be on point, razor sharp, and you've got to be fast.
Yeah. If
And
you're
there's
not doing the
others
EWO,
that
if you're scalping, you've got to be super fast.
there's others that you've got to be patient
That's right.
and endure the wait for the perfect setup.
Keep your dirty
So
fingers off the
2 minute
mouse.
EWO.
Yeah.
You gotta wait for it. And just because you see an entry down here doesn't always mean it's a good entry. You might have lines there that are gold lines that if you get in that, it is a scalp, honestly. So it all depends on what your chart said. Read the chart. That's what we're telling you. Charting is everything in this game.
Yep. And if you get into a trade doing an EWO or a scalp, stick with that. You can't change your trade style in the middle of the same trade. You just can't. If you can, if you have to get out, then obviously it was a scalp. Like if it goes against you, but otherwise you stay with that same trade style. You don't mix them up.
Yep. If you're in a 2 minute EWO and it starts going against you, you shed. You go ahead and let some of the weight go, right? If it continues against you, you shed more until it gets to a point where if it's continuing to drop, just go ahead and take your profit, right?
Right.
I've had scalps turn into EWO plays,
I have too.
but
Well, I like to do a scalp entry.
I've had EWO plays turn into scalps too.
I like to do a scalp entry as an EWO. I see the entry and I'll scalp it.
Yeah,
but it's a good entry. That's why even if you're doing a scalp.
Well, and that's why Coach says you can always add in if it's still going in your favor.
Exactly. Yep.
But don't mix the two. Unless you have the experience to scalp within the 2 minute EWO, which is an advanced strategy.
I love
do
that.
not mix the two. Go in with a completely different mindset. If you're going in on the 2 minute, you plan on sitting in that thing with your multiple contracts or multiple shares so that you can shed on pullbacks or acceleration. David sheds on acceleration. Coach trains us to shed on pullbacks. So if it starts pulling back, go ahead and shed and
use your stops.
And stops, right? You're not in it with the thought that, okay, I'm going to hold on to this till the cows come home. No. You're getting in it, you're getting some green, and you're getting the hell out of there. The minute it shows you a sign that it wants to go the other way, you're getting out. That's how you scalp. You don't hold on for any reason whatsoever.
And that's a great strategy for when you're just learning. Get in, get green, get out. If you just do it that way and you're not going for waiting, I'm just going to stay in it and grab all this profit. Don't be greedy. Just get in, get green, get out while you're learning, and it trains your brain.
Well, it sounds like having the same problem a lot of us have is, an EWO turning into a scalp because you move your stop up too tight.
Yeah, you shouldn't move your stop. Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's something that it takes thick skulls a minute to absorb. When you enter a 2 minute with your 25 to 40% stop, that stop is there for the protection of a knife drop. It is not there
It's not where you're getting
to
out.
get you out of the trade.
Right. It's not your exit. It's just your protection. It's
Right.
like, yeah, it's just to protect you in case. Because we've seen, I remember a day where Spy knife dropped so badly, there was somebody crying at the end of the day. Because that can happen. And so that's why you want that stop in there, because you don't want to be crying at the end of the day, because that's just
It's not
going to
good.
ruin your day.
Now
Yeah.
you do want to protect the trade when you get so far up into the green. If you're 10, 15, 20% up, move your stop up over what you paid for it, or to
Yeah.
what you paid for it.
Don't let that stop sit at no 20 or 40% when you're 40% in the green.
Right.
You don't want to ever let it get all the way 20-40% down.
And all of this comes with
Even if it
screen
does
time.
go against
All
you.
of this, you learn
Yeah.
it all over screen time, because it's so much information at first. It's overwhelming for somebody new. It was overwhelming. But with screen time, it just all comes, it just, it all falls into place. You learn just the more screen time. You just need screen time.
Right. Well,
That's
and
it.
that's like Oracle said, moving it up to protect the trade, making sure it stays green. That's very
Right.
true. But
Yep.
a
Yes.
lot of problem that people have, and I'm still guilty of it, is doing that too soon. If all the indicators are saying, it's still going in a direction, you just have a breathe back, not a shed point, but you move your stop up too soon, you're going to get yourself stopped out.
Right.
So, and that's like I said,
Because you're
I still
trading
struggle with
scared.
it.
Don't be
Yeah.
trading scared.
Well, I still struggle with that because I want to take the profit.
Right.
So fear and
Yeah, but you
greed.
Eat,
know what? I'm gonna
eat
tell
or
you
greed.
something. At the end of the day, coach is not gonna be mad at somebody for taking the green. As much as he said
Mm-mm.
he would rather see you have something
Yeah.
than continuously be red or losing money. So I
Right.
would never get mad at somebody for taking a profit a little bit too early. It's like at least you're green. I would rather take my profit too early because that means I'm taking profit. I'm not taking a loss. You feel me? At least get
Yeah.
something. Palm says later on down the line, you can get better at holding it. You can get
Right.
better at and you can get better all that. Just learn how to get fucking green.
Yeah. Get green, get in, get green, get out. Yep.
Mad at you for taking profit early, brother. Like seriously, take that profit and then learn how to hold on to it and add to it and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. But you can't even get green. What are you adding
Yeah.
to? Holding on to,
Learn
right?
pieces at a time. That this now this is next. Now this, and it all ends up together.
You're doing good. Learn how to get a green trade first. Period. That's all your concern is how to get in there properly, and get out with some green. That's
2 to
all you.
3%.
Yep. That's all you should be focused on as a
We
brand
all
new.
say we don't care if it's $1, $5, $10. That's just as good, if not better, than the big ones, because it's a success. It's a good trade.
One penny more than what you had when you went in, then you traded successfully.
That's right. You did it right. It's about the trade, not the money.
That's it. That is it.
I mean, we like the
Oracle,
money, but
I would assume in that you're talking about, mid to large cap stocks, something that you would want to hold, not hot stock picks.
you don't hold
He says
those.
that sometimes he'll dump the last contract, the runner,
Uh huh.
and buy a few shares to compensate and just forget it, adding them to his permanent portfolio. So I would assume he would be talking about like you know IWM
Tesla.
or Open Door or Tesla or
Yeah.
I hope so, because that
I hope so
portfolio
too.
can get pretty big. There's people that have been sitting on shares that can't get rid
ILAG.
of them.
What was that ILAG?
oh man, don't tell me you're that 10,000 share sales
Not
sitting on
me.
ILAG now.
I,
Come on.
I did not trade ILAG at all. No. No,
Yeah, I
no.
wasn't here when
Apple.
the ILAG thing happened.
I
Yeah.
wasn't
Well,
either.
and see
So,
you can't go wrong with that. Yeah, he's playing Apple.
That's good.
oh, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
can't
got
go
a
wrong
winner
with
right
that.
there.
Because over time, like, and like Coach said, look at the market years ago. Look at it now. It's gonna go up. I mean, we're not going backwards in time unless the whole world crashed, and that's not what's happening. People might think it, but that's not happening. So everything's moving. It just sometimes it moves another way. We just
Well,
profit on
even if
that.
it ever did, I've got bullets, so I'm prepared.
There you go.
I'm going to stand in James's basement. I know where to go. Shoot. Speaking of which, wait a minute, hold on. I just got turned on to something this weekend. So what's going on with this Las Vegas Sphere? Have you seen that?
What's
You
happening?
haven't heard about that?
What?
No.
What?
Dude, I
We-
saw some shorts last night on the Wizard of Oz and different concerts. That is phenomenal.
Oh, the Sphere. They have all the shows, right?
Yeah, we've got one here in Dallas now.
Do you?
It's not as big as the one in Vegas,
Yeah.
but it's still the same thing.
Oh, man.
I don't want to go to something where there's too many people there at one time. Nope.
I know, right?
Cue the
But
music.
look, oh my God.
Did you see the video where they made it a giant eyeball outside?
Ew, I would not go in that. Ugh,
No, I didn't see
I
that.
hate eyeballs.
Oh yeah, you look it up on YouTube, the Vegas Sphere eyeball.
No.
Wow, that's
It's
pretty
like
cool.
the giant eyeball, and it just
Really?
I hate eyeballs.
Dude, that would be wild to look at from a distance. But like they have the Wizard of Oz where they've got I mean, it's a sphere, so everything you're like in the scene, right?
Yeah.
And the monkeys are flying. Literally, they have flying monkeys in the damn arena with you. So it's like 4D. You're in the shit. And like the tornado, you're like actually in the tornado. They had leaves flying around.
That's
I'm
what they
like,
have
no
at Universal
way.
Studios.
Got to get to that. I mean, even my blind ass could enjoy something like that. I'm like,
Sorry, can you hear me now?
yeah.
this is.
That stupid thing. Damn it.
She must have got a call.
Mm,
Yeah, she got a call.
frozen.
she found a speed bump.
Oh man. But yeah, I gotta check that out. But James, this has been a cool show, man. This has been a
Yes,
cool
ma'am.
show. I think she came back in. Christina, thanks for coming
Sorry.
and hanging out with us.
My damn
baby girl.
phone
We're
rang.
getting ready for that.
Thank you. I haven't been able to in so long, the phone situation and all that. So I figured, I can do it today. So I wanted to check in, say hey.
We
Hey,
miss
hey, hey.
you. Hey, Dave.
Well,
I miss you
I'm not
guys
gonna
too.
lie. I come sliding in sideways about 3:08, thinking I was going to be late.
No, I was dealing with Restream on the back end, and then I was, at first I was thinking about going to that journal meeting, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and do the stream. And then, I didn't have the right mic, so now I know to look for that because I don't know why I would have jumped off of that, but
It looked like you were talking about something amazing. You were like into it. We were, and I couldn't hear. And I'm like, this damn phone, I'm ready to throw it. And then I see somebody say, we can't hear. And I'm like, oh, it's not even me.
It's not the first time.
well, and here's the thing, I can understand if the mic was muted, but it wasn't muted. So I'm like, okay, I'm not muted, so I'm thinking it's a Restream glitch. And then when you said hit the drop down next to it, that drop down didn't used to be there. So they're adding little things in here now that I have to, with the eyesight, I've got to be mindful of. So
it's hard
I
to
need to
see stuff that you already know it
yeah,
a certain
I
way
don't
when
know,
they
I don't
change
see
things. I
those
hate
changes.
change.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
especially
hate
with
change.
somebody with the visual impairment. When they
Yeah.
switch something up, it's a pain in the ass because I don't know what's been switched.
Right.
So I have to just go through periodically and just really get up close and look and see things, and see if it's different. But yeah, man, so this has been an amazing show. All of you guys down there with your questions, hopefully they were all answered. James, thank you for reading them out loud for us and answering them.
Yes, ma'am.
And Christina, thank you for being here. Everybody,
Thanks for having
continue to get your train on always. Continue to get your train on. Those of you that are in the premium membership, go to videos on demand. All of those videos that we looked at this afternoon are right there, right? So if you liked what you saw this afternoon, go in there and look at them and watch them over and over again. They'll help you because I tell you what, that's what I plan on doing. So
Well, hold on, Miss Dawn, before you wrap it up, just give it a couple of minutes.
what's up?
F2 is looking for the link.
Oh, okay.
I copy and
And
paste
I'm
it.
going in the bank, guys. I'm gonna hang up. I'll be listening, but I gotta get in there and open an account. So,
All right, baby girl.
bye, guys. Have a good night.
You
Bye.
too.
Oh, can you throw me out? I can't see. I don't know where the leave it button is. You know.
I
Bye.
got you.
Thanks.
Oh, he said never mind.
He's not coming?
Well, we can hang around for you a couple minutes, F2.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
not
If
come
you
up
want to
because
come
we were
up.
getting ready to wrap up.
Yeah, come on up. He must have just got off work or something.
Yeah,
Did you put the link down there for him?
I did a copy paste. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
All right, well, I'll put another one in there.
Yeah, I mean it worked for me. So
Yeah. So there's a couple. There we go. I heard him.
F2.
Hello. Where's the F2 logo in the background?
Can't hear you.
Doesn't he look like Mark?
Can't hear you, F2.
We can't hear you. You know what? He might be. Is that? Do you see that on your end, James? The drop down? Yeah. Now we can.
Okay. I had to my computer updated with the last Windows update, and I just had all kinds of problems, so I had to like reinstall everything. And
Ooh, that would be a pain in the ass.
yeah, I'm
What's up with you?
I was just working, getting off work, and just wanted to come up, show my face, and say hello, and all that good stuff.
Yay.
It was good to see you.
Yeah, always. So you saw what happened today, right? We couldn't trade.
Yeah, I was at work anyway. We had a big festival in the town where I work at, and it was just busy from like since Thursday till today. So
Wow.
I didn't really.
Well, you damn sure didn't miss nothing today.
Yeah, no, it was probably quite literally for the best today.
You didn't miss a damn thing. We traded all day. Coach couldn't even go live. Stuff was just down everywhere. He couldn't even go live earlier. So he just did training, Q&A, like for the whole 2 hours he was here. Yep.
Had problems this morning in the pre-market. You know, I listened in on my driving to work and stuff, and I had we had some issues getting involved with joining the pre-market this morning too. So.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
it was
really
weird.
where it kind of started, and it wasn't until, like for me, it wasn't until I got in and I got out and I got back in, and the second time to get out, you collect more profit. It started just like Weeble stopped, but TradingView was still going.
Wow.
So
I came in with my little issues. I came in with my little issues, and you guys must have been like, okay, join the party.
I gave Mark a hard time in the futures lounge. I think it was. He was saying something about the outage. Yeah. That was in the gold newsletter, man. Catch up. It's old news. You talking about it at 2:00 in the afternoon? That's old news, man.
You like giving Mark crap, don't you?
Who, me?
Yes, you pot stirrer. Well, it's good to see your face, F. I was telling James before you came on, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Without the hat, he almost looked like a baby version of Mark.
Oh wow!
Right, time to get a razor, dude.
Oh wow!
Wow, you kind of do look like Mark, dude.
Wow!
That's not a bad thing. Mark's pretty handsome dude, especially when he gets that little fedora thing happening. You know.
I don't own a fedora. I just own baseball caps. So
Nah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, man. How's the kids?
good. Got one having a birthday this Thursday, so
Ooh,
she'll be 12. So
Oh,
nice.
the fun ages where they still love daddy.
yeah, it's still bats her eyes and be like, "What you want, princess? What you want?"
Uh-huh. Yeah, give it about another year, maybe year and a half if you're lucky.
So tonight's topic, F, was we were talking about what winners do when you're unable to trade. And we were talking about, basically use that downtime to hone your skills, right? Did you want to speak on that at all? Like, what do you do when you can't trade, when there's nothing you can do, that the market's down or it's
If I'm not at
closed?
work,
What do you do?
obviously.
Obviously, I've been really working on my charting skills, um, and just before I was taking like my levels in Apple, and I would just reset them every week. For the past 5 or 6 weeks, like I've kept those levels, and I've changed the colors and stuff, and wrote down like I got a spreadsheet around here somewhere, like what date the high days were, and pre-market highs and stuff, and the dates of it, and more than not, those levels are revisited quite often,
Mm-hmm.
and things, and just that, and I'm going to see if that'll work, and then I'm going to start charting SPY and see if I can keep up with how Coach and Eric's Moto knows those next levels, like
You
to the
want
penny.
spy. You want
And
spy.
yeah, like I just think it's amazing. Like, well, it's going to go to 663.28. Like, okay, how do you know that? You I just or when that one day coach goes, "Yep, it's going to drop right here," and all of a sudden it just knife dropped. Like he only used the L2, and I'm like, okay. You look
Yep.
up at his screen, he don't even have. I think he only has what, the 21 up there.
Yeah, I've gotten to where I only have the 21 on my screen now.
Yeah,
That VWAP and the 200.
so like I need to get
Actually, I
myself at
think I
that
took the
level.
200 off.
And see, oddly enough, that something, and I'm sure it's probably psychological for me, but I've gotten fairly consistent at scalping SPY. Not so much so as
Good.
scalping Apple. It just doesn't. It's like I don't get in at the right time, or I don't get out at the right time. It's just my timing is off on Apple. But I've had better luck with Apple in getting two contracts, closing one, collecting that profit on a big pop, and then letting that other one ride for a little while. Not all day, but 10, 15 minutes for me is letting it ride for a while. And mostly when it comes up to like a major level, a double top or something like that, I'll go ahead and close that one out before it gets there. But SPY, on the other hand, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out.
Yeah, that part of the 101 that I had with Palm was, getting like your motions and the speed and things. You're used to it, and Apple does move slower, and every once in a while it'll get me up in my feelings when I'm trading, especially going in a little bit larger. But I usually pull back, but like SPY, I see it causing definitely some ADHD and some, what is it called?
Squirrel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Squirrel. Yeah, that's funny. You said Apple gets you up in the feelings every now and then, huh?
Every once in a while, I usually when it does, I shut it down and get out because you don't don't trade with emotions.
That's it.
That's been part of my major success is getting rid of the feels.
Hmm. One
And
way to
spy
do it
for
is
me,
shorten.
spy for me has been a lot easier being able to focus more on just coach and what coach is saying. Now, I don't mimic his trades. We're not supposed to do that anyway. And I'm nowhere near in every play that he's in. I don't have that size account anyway. I don't know that I would even if I did.
Right.
But looking for the setups that feel right for me, combined with listening to the sound of his voice, has made it a lot less emotional for me to get in and out on spot.
Hmm.
Other things are a completely different thought process.
Well, he can definitely talk you through a trade. I tell you that much. And a lot of times IWM follows Spy. So when he's talking, he is literally the same things that he's saying is what is happening. I mean, even the levels that I have marked out. He's like, okay, it's about to come to 674.25 as a goal. Obviously, IWM doesn't have those same figures, but I've got a line literally where he's saying there's a line coming up
Right?
because they so it goes back to a chart is a chart is a chart, especially when they're similar and run together like that. So I can listen to him call Spy to the number, to the exact penny, and trade IWM along with it.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
you
phenomenal.
you really locked in on that 21 thing too.
Ah, I love it. I don't have the 9 and the 55 on my chart anymore. It's so clean, James. It's like when it breaks the 21 to the upside, when it breaks it to the downside, right? Boom.
See
It's
that
like,
I've gotten the same way with the regression channel and watched it, and I've watched it over so many different stocks and hot stocks, and
mhm.
just there it's getting to the top. There it goes back down. Oh, it's hesitating. It's at the middle. Yep, back up to the top. Nope, here we go to the bottom. Yeah, and that's or close says. Remember, coach admits he is not trading at 100% when he is training. That's why I'm
Right.
still I'm very patiently waiting on the ADD TV.
Right? Platinum's coming, baby. It's coming.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall when he's just sitting there by himself with no talking, no distractions, nothing, just doing his thing.
I want to do that with F2, Palm, Mark, Coach. I just,
David,
yeah, Dave,
even Eric.
just watch the screen, whatever they're doing, just okay.
Yep.
Because especially when you have screen time like we have, you can kind of figure out why they did what they did. You know what
Right.
I mean? Okay, I see what he did there. You know what I mean? That's probably why. Because look, blah 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 is about to happen. That's just you get. I am a visual learner. And despite the visual impairment, I'm a visual. I have to see something. When I sold security systems, right, years ago, I was on the verge of being fired until my manager came with me on a demo one time, and he did the demo. And I saw him do this demo that blew these people's socks off, just with a couple of little tweaks that I wasn't doing. And I thought, holy shit, that's all you got to do? Killed it from there. Killed it. Was one of the top sales reps, right? So sometimes you just got to see some stuff, right? And we see
Right.
Coach do it all the time. But it would be lovely to see not only him do it, but see Palm do it, see you do it after, see, you know what I mean? See multiple. I love watching Mark do it too in the futures. He's another one, you know? He'll sit there and talk you right through it. Coach makes it look so freaking easy, but it's not. It takes skill. you know. So
Well, and that's what I look. The other thing I look forward to in that, like you said, is being able to figure out what they were thinking when you know the who's and whys and where's and how's, you know, just by watching them and you know processing it, figure it out for yourself.
yep.
Which then I think is going to lead to a lot more questions because you know, like talking to David and what I've been doing with his entries on his times on the live Apple chat,
Mhm.
and you know, sent messages in the Apple chat and going, okay, this is what I seen, this is why I think you did, and you know, he replies, yeah, but you also got to look at this, or you know, hey, that's spot on, good analysis. That has helped a lot for me figuring out timing on when to get in, when to
Right.
get out. So screen time.
That's how it's done. You know, you don't have to exactly mimic their trades, but at least if you see what they're doing, screen record it, take notes, put it in your journal. It should be in your journal anyway, because that way you can just have the same place to go back to look at it, you know. Um, like you had a good idea. Just have different sections of a journal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And put when you're watching them in the section, this is what I saw a coach do today, in his trades, and just take note of it and then go practice it, you know. So
Actually, F2, something else you just said just give me a genius idea. It'll probably go over like a lead balloon, but I'm going to try.
What's that?
You said you had a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Okay. My wife loves doing stuff like that. She doesn't really know a whole lot of the ins and outs and stuff like that about the trading. And, you know, I tell her green day, I tell her red day. But she loves breaking things down into spreadsheet, like when all the bills are due, what accounts they're paid out of. It's all color coded and on Excel. I mean, she just rocks right through all that. I think I'm gonna write down a list of what I'd like to have and get her to build me a spreadsheet.
oh, she probably like that, and then you're
Right,
getting her involved in it too.
right. That's what if it has some terminology in it and some things that I look for in my day and what I do, but it's in a manner that she likes to do, and maybe help her understand a little bit too. Because she comes and she'll sit down and she'll look at the screen. She'll go, Christmas.
I don't know. Jen's getting pretty good. She's coming up behind me, and she's like, that's the 21, right? It looks like it's respecting the 21. I'm like, look at you, respecting the 21. What are you talking about? But she knows. She hears us talking about it enough, and I've explained things to her enough, so she's picking up on it. She's picking up on it.
Yeah, and I cracked up the other weekend when David was talking about, because you know he has his daughters doing it.
Yep.
They have rules that they have to follow. And he told his one daughter, I forget which one, but you know, if you see me doing something stupid, slap me in the
Yep.
back of the head. He said, "Man, she did that," and I'm like, "What the?" I am not presenting my daughter with that challenge.
No, I will do that. I'll go to Jen. I'll be like, guess what stupid shit I did today? She'll be like, she not nasty or nothing. But, well, why? When you gotta wait. She knows the it helps to have that accountability,
Yep.
because sometimes you don't do it for yourself. We see Coach wrestle with himself all the time. But Nana,
Well,
oh my God, Nana gives him such a hard way to go. But she learned from him. Right? I remember that one day I said, "Do as I don't do as I." What I tell him? Do it. Don't do
do
as
as
I
I say,
as
do
I
not as I
teach.
do.
Yeah, do as I teach, not as I do. And he cracked up because he knows, when he gets in there, but he makes sure he teaches us the right way because he's learned from those mistakes, right? But yeah, Nana gets in here, Coach. Why don't you wait? You gotta wait for it to break and hold.
You know what?
I'm in it.
Maybe it's just me. I mean, we all know Nana. We love Nana.
Yeah.
But there's just sometimes that I can see that just the look on Coach's face when she starts, and he's like, oh, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He just, yep, yes, Nana.
Because she's been here forever. That's one of his OGs, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
he'll let her ramble. Sometimes he'll cut her off, but he'll let her ramble. But Nana knows her shit though.
Oh yeah.
Nana knows her shit. She has picked up some good stuff and she is making some money. And he knows that. He knows her stuff. She got a little bit more discipline with some of that stuff than even he does, and he knows that. So he started asking her for levels now. Nana, what level you got? You know what I mean? So she might be talking, but she knows what the hell she's talking about. Sometimes she just talks at the wrong time. That's all.
Right, yeah. Well, the French and timing.
Right. Sometimes she just might come in a little hot. That's all. But she knows her stuff. All right. Well, did you guys have anything else you want to add in here before we let everybody get on with their evening?
Without with all the mishaps with all the electronics and the web and stuff, is there like an ETA of when everything's supposed to be straightened out or anything?
I didn't hear nothing, James. Did you?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm open and close, open and close.
Yeah.
Whenever, and I've shut my computer completely down a couple of times. I think they forced me to do an update. I haven't seen anything that's changed yet, but I shut it off, and when I went to turn it back on, it was doing an update. Didn't even ask me if I wanted to. It just started doing it.
Well, if it's any like I had this past couple week or so, it I had to start
all out of whack.
Yeah, like my screens, the way I had it set up, what took me months to get straightened up. It's like right now how like my browser and everything set up. It's all just it's effed up. It's what it is.
Can you rewind it back?
I tried that and it kept freezing.
Ew.
No matter what I did. Like I would be in the middle and I was afraid that I'd be trading and it would freeze on me. So I got a new copy of Windows and did a fresh install and stuff with the drivers and everything. I guess that's what it's called. Man. I'm very limited on my knowledge. All the thing I want to do is press a button and make it work.
Right.
Yeah, the L2 on IWM, there's only like 10 of them on there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, mine won't even load at all.
It looks wonky.
Yeah. I just had another genius idea.
You're
gonna hurt yourself. You better slow down.
Yeah.
We start seeing smoke coming out of the side of his head. We're gonna call an ambulance.
I think this could be a real good one though. Coach is talking about eventually we're gonna have an official ADT meetup. The Sphere.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Could you imagine seeing watching a trade on the Sphere
in 4D? Coming in with ADT logos to start it off. Oh, that would be the whole thing being an ADT logo, dude. Oh my God, I just pictured it.
Yeah, see?
Everybody's talking about they'd rather it be in Las Vegas too. That would be. I've never been to Las Vegas.
Get motion sickness off of knife drops on candles.
What'd you say?
Get motion sickness off of knife drops on the candles when they drop down.
Right. Oh, that would be so wild. Oh,
that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, that would be insane, Jay. Yeah, that is genius. I gotta give you that, bro. That was genius. I like that. even though I just talked about the Sphere 5 minutes ago. Gee, where'd you get that idea from?
Well,
But
you did bring up.
I didn't
I
say
knew about.
that. Didn't say that. I just said the Sphere. So you're right. It's all you.
No, I think it's a joint effort because I didn't know about the Sphere beforehand, but
Yeah,
until you started talking about it tonight, I didn't think of that whole ADT.
that would be totally amazing, dude. Yeah, for sure. We got to bring it up. Bring it
And,
up.
and you know, if it just so happens that Vegas is too expensive, there's one here in Dallas.
There you go. Texas ain't too far, right?
Well, you know, we're right in the middle.
Sounds like a plan. You know, take some time, plan it out. That would be
Vegas would be
fun.
way more fun.
Yeah, that would be fun though. Oh my God, that would be so fun. All
Yeah,
right, y'all.
exactly. Orclo, coach visible from everywhere in town,
Right?
360 degree.
But have you seen it though? Go check out some shorts on YouTube on it. Go check out the Wizard of Oz shorts.
Yeah, I've seen the videos on it. There are a whole bunch of
Mhm.
different videos on it. I haven't actually seen it in person, but I've seen a
Have
whole
you
bunch of
have you
videos on
heard
it.
of it yet? F the Sphere.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah,
You're
the Eagles,
I saw the
E-
Eagles concert there.
yeah,
I didn't see it, but
I watched the, maybe it was on TikTok. I don't know. They were putting on a concert and like they had Vince Gill with them and stuff. And
yep.
um,
Dude, they showed that on YouTube. I was like, they had the Eagles? And they had something else. I don't know what it was, a boy band, like the Backstreet Boys, one of them they showed, but they kept showing. And then they had this one that was so sick, where it was like this huge um I don't even know, but it looked like something that opened up and you could see the stars.
Yeah.
And then they started showing it looking like you were in warp speed. And then once the warp speed stopped, it was just the stars again. And it was so freaking insane, man. Oh my God. Yeah, that would be cool, James. If we did an ADT thing there. That'd be cool.
Well, and the crazy thing too is whatever's going on inside,
Yeah,
it isn't always what's going on outside.
right.
So it's, I mean, yeah,
Absolutely.
all kinds of coolness.
Yep.
But that's all I got.
If you got anything else for the people.
no, I didn't mean for us to stay on here this long. I just wanted to come and say hi. And
Oh man, it's fine. It is fine. Where else am I going? I love it. That's what I said. I plan on, I get on here from 4 to 5 because I don't want to keep y'all, right? I think I'm keeping y'all. So if we end up doing 4 to 6, I don't care. I blot that time out. So it's all good, baby. It is all good.
I just I think the aftermarket show is one of the best part of ADT, and that's where I got my courage and stuff. So I always want to make sure it's supported and stuff. So
I love you, man. Have I told you that? That's a good movie. I do. I really do. You have always supported, you know. And see, that's how you know you're a real one, you know, because you were here when you were struggling a little bit and trying to get things, and now that you're successful, you haven't switched up. You're still coming here, and I appreciate that. I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate that. And you're also giving, you know, some stuff like, hey, I got a lot of stuff from there, from Dawn, from Palm. I mean, that goes a long way with people because that helps new people know where they can come and get information. It's not just the Zoom call, because some people might not be able to sit there and interact in the Zoom call. So they need to know, hey, wow, the aftermarket's another spot.
Like on
Yeah.
the Zoom, you know, there's a lot of strong personalities, and you know, now that I've got, you know, some confidence and stuff, you know, I'm going to talk and stuff.
Yeah, no
But
shit.
you know,
He don't sound like Bob Dylan.
no,
I'm never gonna get over that.
I heard that. Like, I'm not exactly in the morning. Like, let me talk to you kind of person. Don't come to
Yeah.
me. And everybody, I guess everybody in the house is trained, and I was like, Jacob Dylan does not sound like Bob Dylan. What the hell? And I was like, unmute. I'm like, no, he don't.
I loved it because that lets me know you're comfortable with me, right? And we can go back and forth. I loved that. I love you coming out of your shell and being you, right? And when you feel like something, open it up and say it. Everybody knows who you are at this point. What's somebody gonna say? Oh, you shouldn't have said that. I mean, come on. People have said some crazy shit in the Zoom. So I loved it. Keep it up, you know. Because I love that type of interaction. I really do. And I'm like, I wanted to get into it. I'm like, yeah, he does, just a little bit. I never forgot that because I do. I think he sounds like him a little bit. It was on this morning. Maria was playing the music this morning because I couldn't get on. And it came on. I'm not over it. I'm not over it. You cannot convince
me. She says
I
like to stir the pot.
I went back out. I'm like, he does sound like him, damn it.
I'm gonna go listen to it here again in a minute.
Just in certain parts, not the whole way through, but listen to them. Go listen to Bob and then go listen to Jacob. And there are some similarities there would be, because that's where he got his vocal cords from. But in one headlight, I hear Bob Dylan. I do. So I don't know. You can't listen to Jimmy. You can't hear Jimmy.
He's his own. It's not
For sure. I give you that. But there are some sections of his range where he touches on Daddy. He can't help it. It's his kid. It's just like saying Julian Lennon doesn't sound like John Lennon. But to your point, not that much. He don't sound like Bob Dylan that much, because Julian Lennon, you can't even tell him from John Lennon, damn near, right? But yeah, you can tell Jacob from Bob Dylan, but there are some similarities. But he got a good voice though. All right, y'all. I know we're not here to talk about the Wallflowers, but it is. Y'all go listen to the Wallflowers. Everybody have a great, huh?
They're my top five.
Are they really? You like them that much? Mm-hmm. Okay. No wonder you got so passionate about that. But yeah, I do. I love them.
Not all.
Not everybody. We're gonna end with Coach's rules like we normally do, and then hit up the American Dream Trading Anthem by Ken Mayfield. Shout out to Ken Mayfield. Y'all have a good night. See y'all in the morning. I hate it when I miss my cue like that, F. Oh my God. It's free streaming, ain't me.
You guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them. Not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management, so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.
I was stuck in the cycle, just spinning my wheels, chasing time, losing sleep, forgetting how to feel. Dreams collecting dust on a shelf in my mind, till I found a spark, a way to realign. Not just numbers, charts, or lines on a screen. It was a mirror that showed who I could Now I grow with every rise and fall, standing tall, no dreams too small. American dream being traded, you show me the way, turn my dark into light, my night into day. Now I'm writing my future in my own hand, with purpose, with power, with a brand new plan. From stuck to soaring, from fear to flight, you help me rewrite my life. Yeah, I'm trading more than stocks, I'm trading pain for pride. Thanks to the dream